Definitely not a Samsung vibe, but I don't see any difference from the previous Huawei devices that I've used in the past, as opposed to what I have on my hand today. It's a very funny story. When I received this phone, I really didn't think I was gonna like it this much. I really didn't think I was gonna like it this much. Did look solid. I knew I was gonna like it, but not this much. I didn't think I can use it as my daily driver. Hello and what's up? This is Tusiko from Gadgetberry, and today we're doing things a little bit different. Just wanna walk with this phone as I go to my review board, to my review table. This is an Oppo. It's an Oppo A16. Nice triple camera setup, and they had the audacity to just write triple cam there. Well, they saw a need to write triple cam. I don't know, maybe to just confuse us and make us feel like there's some complex information that's been conveyed there, but it's just saying triple cam. It looks very nice, by the way. I'm not complaining at all. I like the fact that they did that. Nice fingerprint mounted on the side. So let's just go on ahead with our review. Yo, what's up guys? This is Tusiko from Gadgetberry, and what I have here on my hands today is an Oppo A16. Yeah, you already know that from the B-roll that I've already shot. The phone looks quite basic. It looks nice, but it looks basic when you still have the cover on. But boy, if you remove the cover, just look at that, look at that beauty. Just look at that beauty, bro. Look at that beauty. Look at the menu. Look at the software. Like, do you see? I don't want to say a resemblance of the popular Android devices, Android brands such as Xiaomi, Redmi, Huawei. Definitely not a Samsung vibe, but I don't see any difference from the previous Huawei devices that I've used in the past, as opposed to what I have on my hand today. It's a very funny story. When I received this phone, I really didn't think I was gonna like it this much. I really didn't think I was gonna like it this much. Did look solid. I knew I was gonna like it, but not this much. I didn't think I can use it as my daily driver. Does come with 32 gigs onboard memory, and it allows you to put a memory card. I don't know if up to how many gigabytes, but I believe up to 256 gigabytes, because this phone has 3 gigabytes of RAM, and 3 gigabytes of RAM is quite solid to handle a lot of things if it handles my activity. And trust me, I use the phone for pretty heavy stuff, like on my analytics almost 24/7. I'm on my Facebook, I'm on my WhatsApp. I don't play games that much, but if I do play games, I play the very demanding ones, the ones that demand RAM and the battery. As you can see, I got my truck simulator 2020 and my bus simulator, which I've never played ever since I got this phone. So I can't really say how it handles on gaming. I don't know if the chip is strong enough for gaming, but I like the fact that it still comes with a 3.5mm jack for earphones at the bottom, and you get a nice crispy speaker, which I'm just going to demonstrate for you in a bit. I was going to play a song, but I just realized that for copyright purposes, let me just play a tone or something, you understand? Just so you can hear how crisp that speaker is. Ringtone is calm. Yeah, and you saw that prompt it just gave me. Like I like what they did with the privacy features on this phone. It asks you if you want to allow a lot of things. I mean, a lot of things you wouldn't know that these phones are doing at the background without you even knowing. So this one asks you for a lot of things. Any app that you download, any third-party app that you download, even the stock apps that come with the phone themselves, it asks you a lot of things, a lot of permissions. And if you don't grant it that permission, if you don't grant it that access, trust me, you're not going to be able to do whatever that you want to do on that app. But it actually boosts your privacy. So yeah, I like that feature about it. Let's just demonstrate the speaker for a bit. Yeah, that's a speaker part of it. The camera, on the other hand, I tried it in low light yesterday. I tried taking some pictures in low light with the rear camera, and I wasn't very impressed with the results. I won't lie to you. In low light, I've never taken many shots in low light with this phone, but I did take. Let me just pull up a shot that I did take. I did take a shot in light, so this is how the shot looks. There's no zoom and everything. It's kind of clear and plush, but I'm not pretty much impressed with the quality and everything, because the details are just not that clear. Moving on forward. And by the way, free Young Thug, free Jeffrey, free Jeffrey, free Jeffrey, free Jeffrey. I'm a big fan of Thug. I just saw a picture of his on my album, on my gallery, and just remember that the guy's been indicted on some serious charges, some serious RICO charges. I hope he gets through that. But whilst we're appreciating the beauty of this phone, whilst we're talking about Young Thug's case, let me just go on over to the specs, because that's what you're probably here for. This one has 32 gigs of internal memory, and you can see all the specs by just going straight to the settings, which are looking very funky, by the way. And the battery is very strong. I will not lie to you about that. As you see right now, it's almost 12 o'clock and it's on 75% on very heavy usage. But if moving on over to the specs of the phone, you do see that it's got 3 gigabytes of RAM, and it's got 32 gigabytes internal memory. Let me just focus on that. Yeah, so it just summarizes everything in just one page, instead of you having to scroll up in a daunting, uninteresting menu of the about phone options. The storage is 32 gigs, as I've indicated, and yesterday I removed a lot of things, and I moved a lot of things to the memory card. I don't know why still have like 27.9 gigabytes used, because I believe that it asked me to move a lot of things to the memory card, and I did, but I don't think that actually happened, because I see that on my memory card I still have like 10 gigabytes of available storage, and this is a 16 gigabyte memory card which already had some things in it. So I believe that process wasn't a success. I don't know why, because I left that screen. I thought it was just gonna do it in the background, but that also goes back to the things that the phone can and cannot do in the background. There's a lot of things that it can do them in the background, only if you allow it to. Specifically, only if you allow it to. 3 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigabytes internal memory. It's an Oppo A16. There's also an A16s, which comes with 64 gigabytes minimum. This one also comes with 64 gigabytes in other regions, but here in South Africa we only get 32 gigabytes variant. Well, let me not say here in South Africa, let me say I got the 32 gigabyte variant. I don't know if there is a 64 gigabyte variant available here in South Africa. We've done the speaker, we've done the camera. I'd also have to give it to this phone for the nice cover, by the way, nice silicone cover that it comes with right off the box. But I have to give it on this phone for the other feature that I saw that it actually does. I mean, I'm a big fan of Huawei. I mean, by now you guys should probably know. If you are playing a song on the background and you want to record something, say you want to record an audio, it doesn't stop that song on the background. For example, many of you might know that sometimes I record songs. I'm an artist myself. So if I get a nice fast idea on a beat that I have on a phone, or that somebody sends me, or that I get online, and I'm not close enough to the recording studio, and even if I am close to the recording studio with the mic and everything, it won't be as fast and as spontaneous as it would be to just record same time. For example, I'm just gonna play a beat. I know it doesn't have a copyright measures as yet. Let's just play, because it's just a beat that hasn't been in the song. So I'm playing a beat here, and I wanna record audio at the background. You see, the beat is still playing, it hasn't stopped. And just so you can hear what the quality is after that, I am of course gonna play this audio that we just recorded right now. Guys, now I know this is not a lot, but I know this means a lot to artists. It means a lot. Trust me, it does. It means a lot. So it makes things a lot easier. A lot easier. But I don't like the fact that you don't get a screen recording option right off the bat. You can download apps like Mobizen and other screen recording apps, but I'm not quite a big fan of those because they leave a watermark and sometimes they run a lot of ads and the audio quality is very bad at times. So I'm not such a big fan of that. I will not lie, I will not cap. What else can I tell you about this phone? The battery is quite strong. I mean, it's been idling for over 10 minutes now. We've been filming and it's still on 75% that we started on. Remember, I did say something about the battery when we began. I said it's almost 12 o'clock and it's still 75% on my heavy usage, and it's still at 75%. I mean, I know a lot of iPhones, even the one that I'm filming with right now, it's a 6 plus, my friend's 6 plus. I know it's probably dropped a bit of a few percentages by now. Maybe it's quite understandable because it's filming and the battery is very demanding. Sorry, the camera is very demanding in terms of the battery, but I know that even if it was just on idle and doing pretty much the same actions that I'm performing with this Oppo, it was pretty much going to be the same thing. It was just going to drop way faster than the Oppo, and it's very understandable. The Oppo is the 2021 and I do stand to be corrected, 2021 or 2022 model, this Oppo A16. I'm not saying Oppo started in 2021 or 2022. I know they've been in the game for over 5, 6, 7 years now, because I've seen their phones quite a long time ago and they used to look like iPhones. Don't correct me, because I know I'm not wrong. They used to look like iPhones. There was this one that used to look like a 7 plus. It had a 7 plus camera bump at the back, but in the front it had like a button that resembled that of a Huawei P10, and here at the back it had those decals that we get on those beadings that we get on an iPhone 7 and 7 plus, and it was rose gold. The menu was exactly like that of an iPhone 7 plus. It's just a skin on top of Android though. So the software is called Color OS. It's very nice. I don't know what more I can say to complement this OS. I've used Xiaomi devices before, and they pretty much have a fluid OS just like this. I'm starting to believe that they're in partnership with Xiaomi or Redmi, because I recently found out that Xiaomi owns Vivo, it owns Poco, it owns Redmi, it owns a lot of, did I say Oppo? I'm not too sure about Oppo, but it owns OnePlus as well. So it owns a lot of these of these Chinese Android brands, but it definitely does not own Huawei. And I love the resilience of Huawei. I mean, they're still in the game after the ban. That's sick. That's dope. And if you've been watching my channel and if you know me, you know that I love the gesture navigation options on the phone. I don't like using those old school buttons in the bottom, soft buttons at the bottom, like for your back, your home, and your recent tabs. It's just clunky, and I just like to swipe from the back for my previous screen, just like that, or swipe to the home screen from the bottom all the way up, just get my recent apps, or just to leave an app, just swipe up and swipe halfway through the screen to delete the apps, or just see the tabs that I've been visiting. So yeah, that's me. I don't know about you. You tell me in the comments down below if you prefer the old soft keys that used to appear on the bottom, or you like gestures as well. Some can say that these gestures were copied from iPhone, because Android started using these gestures quite more after the iPhone 10's debut, after the iPhone killed the home button for iPhones. But I would argue that, because from the Mate 7, from the Huawei Mate 7, I think the OS, the original Android OS had that feature already on it. Some Samsungs were using gesture controls, and you'll remember from the S4s and the S5s, for you to go home, you just swipe from the bottom to your right hand side of the screen, which pretty much gives me the recent tabs on this phone if I do it, because they know that old models were doing it. So some people know gestures to be this way. So this is what they're doing. And to go back as well, to go back one screen, you just swipe from either side, which is the left or right. But I do not have an exact time frame of when this was in motion. I did say that it comes with a nice silicone cover. I use it with this cover, but honestly it doesn't look that interesting when it's in the cover. It just looks bulky. It doesn't look that's beautiful when it's in the cover. But if we can talk about this cover for a few seconds, I like and hate the fact that it's got a camera bump incorporated on it, because it kind of takes away the shine of the camera bump and it hides the silver that it has on the side. So if I can just bring it up close to the camera, there's a nice silver lining. There's a nice silver lining on that camera bump, and it kind of gives it that more plush and high-end, high quality feeling look. So that camera bump on the cover, it hides it. And at the same time, I said I like it and I hate it, but it also protects this camera bump. For example, say you put this phone on the table like this, it's kind of rocking, but your camera, that's not the only problem. The rocking is not the only problem. The camera bump is actually compromised over there. Your lenses are literally compromised, but in this protection they are fully covered, and nothing can actually happen to them. There's like a nice thick top layer on top of your camera lens, so you know that nothing can happen to them no matter how you place your phone, and almost no matter how you drop it. And you would notice that it's got a very sharp fingerprint sensor on the side. You don't need to do a lot for it to actually unlock the phone, and a sharp face unlock. So I'll just try and open it with the finger that I never registered with the fingerprints. So let's try and do that, and I'm gonna look at the phone and it's open, but that was not as fast as it should be, as it usually is. There you go. It's not like Face ID, of course. I mean, Face ID can get you from a lot of different angles, but it also helps the fact that it's got a fingerprint mounted on the side. It also helps because the first thing that the first place where your finger actually goes when you're grabbing a phone is the fingerprint position, and there won't be any accidental screenshots taken with this phone because the volume rockers are on the left hand side. Love the fact that the volume rockers are on the left hand side, so when you want to take a screenshot, you're actually taking a screenshot, and you can actually use your fingers as you grab the phone to raise and drop the volume. The activities or the responsibilities is evenly distributed within your fingers. It's quite an engaging process to use this phone. Not to use this phone, but to use a phone with the volume rockers on the left hand side. The Apple devices are also like that, and I really like that feature about them. I think they have this feature patented, this feature for the silence, this toggle that they actually have for the silence. But if it wasn't a patent or something like that, I know a lot of Android devices would have applied this by now. But anyways, I don't think you're gonna see that happening anytime soon. But trust me, give it 10 to 20 years. That actually 10 is too much for technology. 5 to 10 years, that thing's gonna happen. Some Chinese manufacturers are gonna actually get that smart idea and actually go with it. But anyways, it's been a lovely one from Gadget Berry. I know it's been a very long video, but it's because I love this phone and there's a lot that I can say about it. So if you do like the video, just press the like button. If you're new to the channel, kindly subscribe, and to all the subscribers that have watched again, your views are highly appreciated. Kindly share the content and tell your friends about the channel. It has been a lovely one from Tusiko at Gadget Berry. You guys have yourselves a good one, because I'm definitely going to be having myself a good one here. Peace.